Welcome to Thrive with Nancy. It's a podcast intended to eliminate the static that's getting in the way of your career success. It's for women executives who are on the rise and don't want to be held back any longer. Not by anything, not even ourselves. Ready to take control in the midst of the tumult that you're experiencing? I'm thinking you're interested, or you wouldn't be listening to Thrive with Nancy. Chaos can't rule. Own the wisdom. Yes, all of us are in the middle of confusing times, particularly women who, according to Catalyst, a leading nonprofit organization, are fighting, quote, a silent crisis, unquote. Why? Because the work churn is even worse for us with all the other additional responsibilities we have outside of work. I'm guessing you're experiencing stress as you've never felt it before. Just when you're settling in, thinking you've got a handle on it, perhaps even a handle on your career, it all shifts again. That's the time we live in today. It leaves us stuck, paying attention often to all that isn't working. No one knows all the factors going into momentum shifting, but I sure do know focusing your attention on moving your career forward to thrive is more energizing than trapped in the negative circumstances. I know better than most about this because I'm coaching women every day, every week, and loving it. I see the business culture knocks you off kilter, whether it's someone brought in from the outside for a position you've coveted, or not being heard when you have an original idea that you know will make a difference, or that avalanche of work, the to-do list that doesn't have all of the interesting projects on it that everyone is stacking on your desk. Okay, are you ready for me to hit you with wisdom that will have you thriving rather than hanging on in survival mode? The reality is you've already done a lot to generate the career you love, and to reach the finish line only requires one or two new ideas to boost your outcome. And I'm the gal that can share them with you. Keep in mind, successful action steps aren't generated from worry, uncertainty, or even overwhelm, and it's always an inside-out affair. The first hint I have for you is center yourself. I know for many, uncertainties, worries, and fear have become an ever-present reality. Does this in any way relate to some of the emotions you've been feeling, even if only just a little smidgen of it? Unfortunately, such feelings never create anything more than more of the same. The truth is, dysfunctional emotions don't have the capacity to bring your dreams and hopes to reality. When everything is stirring uncontrollably around you, find your center. That's where peace and wisdom resides. Your wisdom, not anyone else's, yours. Tapping into those constructive emotions will enable you to face all that's confronting you, and it's coming at you from every which way. Generating the center rests in your hands, whether in the middle of good times or bad. Next, restore your habits. We're all reeling in some way from the unparalleled 90-degree switchbacks life has tossed our way. And then just as it feels we're returning to even keel, yet another swerve takes place, removing all our equilibrium. During such times, it's essential to dig deep into your committed, vital self. Why? Nobody but you can recognize what's right for you. Embrace the habits that support your greater good. What are they specifically? Perhaps they're physical activities, or quiet moments in meditation, or family-loving, fun-filled activities, or walking along the beach or the forest, or, only you know. Put them into daily action, revitalizing your healthy routines that have been lost along the way of chaos will begin the process of soothing the tumultuous winds and waves slamming into you. These habits anchor you. Keeping them alive rests in your hands, not in anyone else's. Next, be generous to others. Ask yourself, What gifts and talents and capabilities can I freely offer to others? What gifts and talents will delight their heart and bring joy to yours as well? Don't merely think about doing it, but put your thoughts into operation right now. Research from the Ascent tells us that high generosity people were more likely to be satisfied with their lives overall, but they were also happier with their relationships, their jobs, their possessions, and more. Why is this concept a particularly good idea now? It just plain has you feeling good. And even more pertinent, a study by Nathaniel Lambert suggests that gratitude leads people to believe they deserve positive outcomes for themselves and are capable of achieving them. I know this for a fact. During the pandemic, all of a sudden my business, the doors to my business, the opportunities for my business slammed shut. I'm telling you, it was a shocker for me. I was down and out for a little bit, and then I woke up one morning and thought, wait a minute, I still have the ability to coach. And out I went on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram and offered my services for free. I can't tell you how many people took advantage of it. And I loved it because it kept me alive and excited and stirred up in a good way. But it also did something else. It seeded a bunch of ideas that put me in a creative spirit rather than in a funk, and led to launching my website, Thrive with Nancy, the podcast that you're now listening to. And it had me focusing exclusively on aiding executive women and helping them uncover a successful career pathway for themselves. Isn't that all that one would wish? What greatness can come out of downturns in your career? Next, speak future. Times may seem a bit gentler than in our recent past, but it's still challenging in business and will be for the foreseeable future. Honestly, it's nothing more than a blip in your career story, what's occurring right now. Have you, unfortunately and unconsciously, drifted away from your future planning, right in the midst of chaos when everything was urgent? And have you as yet not found the energy to jump in again and create for yourself? I got to tell you, you have to shake yourself up. And no matter what you're feeling, start generating your future right now, smack dab in the middle of any career lulls you may be experiencing, and start seeding through your words whatever you desire. To transform any negative energy, begin speaking hope and the reality you seek. Don't give up, not ever. Your innovative career ideas will emerge from this dormant, fallow moment in your history. This pause in the world is a time to pull out your most significant and dynamic potential, the dreams that perhaps you've kept hidden from everyone. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I might add, take steps to bring them into being. You want a better tomorrow than the one you're experiencing right now? Begin by seeking to center yourself, restore your habits, be generous to others, and speak the future you intend to draw toward you. Become the overcomer I know you are. What are you planning on taking on for yourself from this podcast? I know you're probably tired of hearing this, but ideas and knowledge alone isn't enough to change your future. It requires action steps also. Never forget, it is times such as these that reveal character and where breakthrough occurs. Expect something powerful to emerge. Okay, so I'm hoping you're feeling really energized and ready to take action and knock down any emotional dysfunction that's standing in your way. Are you ready to take this one step further in your career? What's holding you back? Imagine working with me right now to take on your strategic edge. Can you imagine how much more effortless and faster your career march to success will be? Test it out. Sign up for a free discovery session. www.thrivewithnancy.com/executive/. I can't wait to partner with you for your future right now. I'm thrilled you've listened to the Thrive with Nancy podcast. My intention is to offer quick tips designed for you to apply right away, ones that will boost your career immediately. I bet you're already considering ways to implement these new ideas. Perfect! Now, if you do me a favor, pass the podcast link on to those who will benefit, your friends and coworkers. Thanks so much.